G'day guys, Wereman here. You might have seen me on Alpha Strike We Play doing the game demo. Some of you know who I am, some of you don't. No biggie. I don't even know if the narration is going to stay on this, so I'm just going to talk anyway, and we'll see what happens. Ivory Skull has very recently come into possession of the latest character box. Now, he's got all the factions with their latest character boxes, but being the werewolf fanatic that I am, he's given me the Goritsi one here. You can see we've got Kozakar the Packmaster, that's that fella there, and Gorbal the Rampager, which is the big ugly looking mofo there. I'm gonna have to do this in bits and pieces because, as you can see, I only have the one hand. I'm not a pro at this, so just bear with me. I'm sure it can be cut together. I'm going to open this bad boy up. Alright, so wow, this thing is packed. I've opened it up, and I don't know, let's have a look. Oh, that is just one big bag. Okay, so you get one big bag with all your bits in. Looks like fun. Okay, so we've got bases. Oh, they're both on 80mm bases. Alright, so both of these guys are on the big bases. Similar to the Blood Engine. There's a couple of large Nasir models that are on the 80mm ones. There's the cards still in the pack. That's the Rampager there. Ooh. See, most of the Goritsi stuff you end up with one resistance. Even the big boys, you're ending up with only one resistance. It's glass cannon stuff. Pathfinder. Sorry guys, I haven't even read these myself. I'm gonna have a quick look. But yeah, you can see it's interesting. Alright, so next stage, we've gotten the cards out. So you've got the Packmaster, and you've got Gorbal the Rampager. I don't know if you can see them, but pretty good stats on both of them there, really. 7 movement, we do love a high movement for the werewolves. What's he got? A life siphon. Skirmisher and Stalker are awesome abilities. Oh, he is actually a leader. I did not know that. He's a leader. Okay, so I've got a rank 2 Skorza leader here. His Inspires. If this model has 1 or more damage, its attacks gain unstoppable this activation. And when this model is attacked, backlash is generated. May make a will check. On a success, one attacker suffers 1 damage. Oh, nice. And he's able to basically eat people. No, any other activating model may suffer 1 damage. Remove 1 damage from this model. He can damage other people to help himself. And he's got a pretty solid attack too, so that's pretty good. Alright, so this is the Packmaster, Kozakar. He's only, well, he's basically alpha stats there. Your Goritsi Alpha, Skorza. He is a character, he is not a leader, so he's just a specialist. Rank, if it comes into focus. See, this is why I don't use cameras. Technology sucks balls. Whoops, excuse the language. Alright, so rank 1. Specialist character. He's got a pretty solid melee attack. Make a will check 3 for each success. 1 friendly model within 9 inches may immediately perform a free sprint action directly towards Kozakar. That's pretty cool. Infiltrate. Oh, another one with infiltrate. I like that. You may have seen the Dragon Slayer. She has infiltrate, so you can set this guy up anywhere in no man's land or a friendly deployment zone after everybody else is set up. It's kinda handy. And then we've got Skirmisher and Stalker. These are your pretty standard Skorza abilities. 80. Okay, so on to the models themselves. We've got in this big bag, sorry, single hand, this big bag, there was this big bag, which is the Rampager. You can see he's in quite a few pieces there. I'm going to open him up in a little while and we'll have a look. It does look cool though. Awesome. And then you've got the Packmaster here. This is him himself. That's going to be a fun one to paint. And store, really. Although it is an 80mm base, so if you can fit an 80mm base in your storage box or bag or whatever it is you're using, you should be able to fit him in there. He looks like he'd fit in the inside the size of the base. A few little fiddly parts there by the looks of things, but these minis haven't been too bad for fiddly parts. I kind of like the werewolves on the grounds that they don't have very many fiddly parts. You can see on the box here he's got his little, what do they call them? Wildertusks, which I assume is wild tusk. So he's like a little boar slash wolf thing. He's really cool, and he gets 3 of them. All fully built. They come cast as one piece, so that's awesome. And him, and you've got to fit them on the 80mm base. But a little building up of the terrain. You can see on the back here. God, these minis always look so good. I don't know how they do that. But you can see they've built the terrain on the base up. So you can fit the little Wildertusks on there. Little boar things. They sit on there quite nicely. I'm sure we can all figure out our own solution to that. Anyway, yeah, that's the whole thing there. I'm going to open the little bags up and we'll have a squeeze at them. Okay, so I've opened up this fella, the Rampager, Gorbal. Out of this little bag that was in this big bag is a few different pieces now. He's got his main body piece here. You see he's got the bottom half of his jaw on there. They're testing me. That's what they're doing. They're testing me. Dear. But he's in a fairly paintable piece there. And then you've got 2 big arms, which fit on the end of these. You've got the top part of his jaw and the rest of his head there. I might slide that on there later and see how it looks. You've got his little backpack steampunk powered doodah that he has on his back. His little steam engine thing with his smokestacks, and then these are all the fiddly bits that attach to the back of this by the looks of things. Should be amusing. I'm leaving them on the sprues because I have a nasty habit of losing little fiddly pieces. They don't look little and fiddly, but big fingers, they're little and fiddly, trust me. I'm going to put a couple of these, maybe let's put his jaw on and have a look. Okay, so there he is with most of his bits on. In focus, boy. Alright, so he's actually quite terrifying to look at. The top half of his jaw slides onto the head there, and his hands just slide on. You have to forgive the blue tack. It's the only way to get him together. I don't like gluing my models before I paint them, so we just show him as is. It's a good idea to get a look at what they look like on the base before you do it all though, so yeah, There he is. Terrifying and hopefully deadly, but we'll see. Now I've struck a small problem. I don't know if it's just mine or if it's going to be a whole lot. But this section here, see how it's cut out there? That's where his backpack goes. But these two little lips here are too close together. So when I try to put that on, can you see that? It sits on there. We go in. So I don't know if that's just a simple movement in packing or a heat thing or what it is. I'm going to talk to Ivory Skull and see what he reckons. It'll be easy enough to fix. These are plastic models. You just have to shave that down a little bit and you'd be right. But worth noting. Okay, so this is Kozakar, the Packmaster, out of his little box. He's got his main body, obviously. So you can see a slot there for tail, a couple of extra slots there. He's missing one arm and his head's not on yet. There's his head. Roar. Very scary. Tail, and this arm, this is the arm with the banner. You can see on the picture he's got the banner there. Always very accurate. Such awesome miniatures. So yeah, that's going to be fun to paint up. And then on the front here he's got these two little slots. That's for his little dagger / sword things, if that comes into photo. There it is. Okay, so he's got two of them and they just sit on there. There's one thing I like about these miniatures is they are all slotted individually, so you can, I mean, I've got two knives there. I might put the wrong one in the wrong spot, but they're different slots and different pegs. It makes it a lot easier to figure it out. You can see them on the front there. Yeah. So I'll try putting a couple of these pieces together. We'll see what it looks like on the base. Okay, so back to the Packmaster. He is, I have to say, freaking awesome. Look at him. So all of that is sticking together without blue tack, which is always handy. You have to forgive the blue tack. I do like to see what they look like on the mini and on the base before I do anything permanent with them, like painting them and gluing them. So blue tack is your friend in this instance. Now I was worried, but it looks like you can easily fit all 4 minis on an 80mm base, which is very handy. I mean, it's not the most dramatic of poses, but if you're only interested in purely playing the game, none of this scenic base / poses nonsense, you just want to play the game, you can get all 4 minis on an 80mm base with very little overhang. Even his pole, you can see it sits out quite a way there. Even that, if I adjust his position, I think I can keep him with fairly minimal overhang and still get all 3 Vildatusks on there with him. I'm personally going to try building my base up a little bit like they did on the picture, like the pro guys do, just because I've been kind of digging on doing bases at the moment. But yeah, oh damn, his tail fell off. Ah! Okay, so those are the 2 fellas that came in that box. Now remember, bear in mind, this bloke here is actually a rank 2 leader for Skorza, which is pretty awesome. This guy is also a character, but he is not a leader, he's just a specialist, so you have to take him as an individual model, and I think he was a rank 1. Yes, he is. So that's kind of cool. He is a character, so you can't take multiples of him though, so bummer. But still, very awesome minis. Very awesome story, hopefully in the new book. Apparently Ivory Skull tells me that's due out soon, so keep an eye out for it. And yeah, very cool stats. Cannot wait to get them into a battle and see how they do. Although I will have to paint them first, which could take me forever. I mean, look at them. It's all good. Anyway, that was my first ever unboxing video. Hope you liked it. Hope Dakini doesn't have to do it all again because I screwed it up. And yeah, keep watching the channel, guys. See you later.